Gamers, the end game is finally here. The Void Erosion Purge just launched with the update today, and you're probably like, Clyde, what are these weapon cores? What do I do with them? What should I do to level up through the Void Erosion Purge? How can I get better weapons? How can I progress? When can I matchmake in this activity? I'm trying to launch it with my buds. We're going to cover all that. First of all, we're going to start with, what do you do with this Void Erosion Purge? Well, first off, let's start with reading. That's right, learning how to read. I struggle with this sometimes too. So the activity launched with 20 stages. Players start at stage 1 and the rest of the stages are locked. So you pretty much have to beat level 1 to go to level 2, so on and so forth. After starting the purge, you'll need to defeat Vulgus legions to fill the target gauge. Once the gauge is full, the final named boss will appear. So kill as many ads as possible to spawn the boss at the end of the level. Complete the purge to unlock the next stage. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Erosion Purge complete. If you complete the mission in the target time of 10 minutes, you'll receive rewards and unlock the next stage. Pretty simple, right? If you complete the mission but exceed the time limit of 10 minutes, you'll receive the rewards, but the next stage will not unlock. So you get loot, but it wasn't good enough, so you gotta run it back. And then mission failed. If you fail to complete the mission and exceed all 15 minutes of playtime, you will not get any rewards. You may not pass go. You may not collect $200. You got to run it back. So now this is where it gets a little crazy. Only stages 1, 5, 9, 13, and 17 allow matchmaking. And the reason why is maybe I'm at level 6. I'm trying to matchmake with people that aren't. So I get it. Some of you might not like this. I get it. But the game's just telling us to find friends. So when you're commenting down below in the video and saying, hey, Clyde, thanks for this great video, great guide, you can comment down below, the guy below you or above you, and become best friends, or just tell them have a nice day, right? Anyways, that's the basics of it. I wanted to go over the patch notes and kind of tell you what it is. We ran through this. We did all 20 levels and it was fun. Right now we're at an enemy level of 250 at level 20. This is going to go up to level 30 in 2 weeks, and then level 50 in March. So some of these enemies by March might be in 370 power range. Like, holy smokes. If you're wondering what characters to run this through, I think you like, this is like the update of the arc characters. Bunny's doing really well. I think you could do really well with Sharon. Viessa is what I ran. Valby, Gsxrclyde, the new character. But what we ran when we were like speed farming these missions, we had 2 Viessas, an Enzo, and a Sharon. And let me tell you about Enzo. Enzo drops all those ammo supply boxes, and I had unlimited smithereens. I was dumping shotgun shells into every major. It was definitely dope. So let's talk about where you're supposed to stop with this Erosion Purge. First off, this is very important. When you load into Albion and you start, you're going to pick up a quest here, and it's going to tell you to go complete the new boss. And you should load it up and try and beat him. But if you don't want to fight him right now because you're like, Clyde, I'm not really feeling it, or you could just go whoop his ass. Bunny just runs around in circles and destroy him. We'll get to that later. But if you fail, you still get the weapon core. So when you're done with that fight, if you beat him or not, come back here and let's go talk to the most important vendor in the game. Not really, but he's got a purpose now. We're going to talk to Descendant. So when you come here, you'll actually have the core from going to participate in that boss fight. And you select a weapon. You could put any core you want. I chose Smithereens because I know Smithereens is really good for dungeons and shotgunning big boss crit spots. And this was amazing. So I chose this. Now, before we go over what those cores are, you're going to go back and you're going to play all through the Void Erosion Purge. And I know you're going to be looking down here like, well, Clyde, what are these? I got level 2s. I got level 2s. Oh, they're level 3s now. Don't even worry about those, because you should play all the way to 20 without getting a single core attached to your weapon. You don't need them right now. You're better off getting to 17. Here's why. This is level 7. This is the highest we can get right now. This goes to level 10, but as the game sits right now, the highest you can have is 7. So when I press F on this, it shows that you can only get it from 17, 18, 19, and 20. These are the only 4 levels that level 7s drop from. Once you beat all 20, you're going to want to go farm 18. Now, I do want to point out, if you have an Gsxrclyde unlocked or you're really good at soloing stuff, probably taking an electric character to level 20, since it's toxic enemies, you could pretty much run through the arena since it's so open. Just make sure that you can burn down the boss quickly. I'm hearing that people are soloing this with Gsxrclyde and Bunny's going really, really quick. So we found 18 to do the best with a group. 20 grouped up enemies with 2 or 3 people in your team do get kind of chunky. So just wanted to give you guys some input on that. We did 17, 18, 19, 20 just to see which one was like the easiest to farm, and 18 was definitely the fastest. I think we did it around 6 minutes. It could definitely be quicker, but all we're doing is stacking up Enzo's supply boxes, having unlimited smithereens, using Viessa, freezing everything, and then Sharon comes out of nowhere and ambushes and slices and dices, and you're gonna get pooped on a little bit because most of the builds you use anyway right now, especially me, I use all glass cannon builds. I don't care about defense, I don't care about HP. I mean, I literally took my no HP crit bunny that everyone said, oh Clyde, you only got 5,000 defense and 7,000 health. You can't go use bunny in high level end game activity. I mean, I just ran circles around the new boss and killed him in 2 minutes. Valby, my Valby build doesn't have any health mods. Actually, it's got one, but glass cannon Valby, you know, throw bubbles on the ground, call it a day. Now, in the higher levels, we might have to actually play into some defense. So getting these cores on your weapons is definitely going to be very important. So let's talk about how we equip these cores. So what I did is, oh, I saw this like, firepower augmentation. What's that? Oh, bonus firearm attack versus a Colossus for 290%. I went for it. I got 280. So then this is a free augmentation up here, and it says you can get any of these. So I chose that one again. Firepower to get firearm attack. You could switch it up. I was actually liking this one as well, because when you click on it, it says I can switch this to weak point, crit hit rate, crit hit damage. So that's amazing. And then some of these mods down here, as you see, if I was to click on this, it would give me recoil, hip fire accuracy. We're actually going to put this on right now for a demonstration so you guys can see what it's going to be all about. So right now, I haven't touched this. All I got to do is click here. I'm going to show you what's behind my cam box so you don't think you're missing anything. We got hip fire accuracy. Not bad, right? Even though we're probably not going to use that, we'll come back to that later. Let's go to the next one. Let's do it again. Weapon change speed. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're going for a shotgun bake, that's cool. But really, maybe it would have been nice to get a grapple hook time here. Would have been nice. Maybe sprint speed. I'll take those two. Why not? Why not get movement speed when you're, you know, with the shotgun out? But actually, looking at these two, aim shot accuracy with a big smithereens, you really don't need. So I'm going to go with change speed, just simply because I only pull the shotgun out when a boss goes down or a major pushes me. And we'll go for the grappling hook. Let's go down to the special one. Now this, you probably don't have to waste a lot on, but if you're like, hey, I want to go farm this dungeon, I'm going to go do it 50 million times, you might want to fight Legion of Darkness. So you're going to put this on. So let's just see what we get. We got Order of Truth. So if you're going to do an activity that has Order of Truth, it helps you out. It buffs you. So what happens if you don't like something here and you're like, man, I really don't like all these things I got? You can change that. You can come right here and do, let's go hip fire accuracy. We don't like this. As you see here, it's telling me that I need a core particle disruptor. Well, how do we get one of those core disruptors? We're going to go over here and we're going to craft one. This is where the grind of the game really comes in, and you can push your builds to the fullest, but you have to understand that they're going to make you grind. Just to grind these, for one, it's going to cost 10 seconds to cook, and it only costs 15. And you're like, oh, Clyde, that's not even that bad. That's easy. You're right. It's not bad, right? But let's go see if RNG is on our side. We're going to switch it out. We're going to see if it works. So now we're back trying to get this hip fire accuracy off here. We're going to use it. You can see we're trying to re-roll it. Now what's nice is you're going to see here, it's given me the option to keep hip fire accuracy or take the new mod. Yes or no? We're gonna go with weapon change speed. Sure. So now we got weapon change speed on both. For now, I'm not gonna waste any more materials, but you kind of get how this works. You could change everything until you get the perk you want. That's perfect. Like I said, I'm up here. I can always keep fire attack up to 34%, or I can click on this one and go for any of the weak point, crit hit rate, crit hit damage, depending on what I want to do. So you're probably like, well, Clyde, that ain't so bad. I just watched you do all that. Well, here's where the bad news comes in, ladies and gentlemen. That's just one weapon. And if you want to do another weapon, you're going to need 2,000 Void Abyss Metal Frag. And you know how to get these? Killing the new bosses. You're getting anywhere between like 50 and 60 per kill. I think the most I got from killing the boss today, the Defiler, was like 63 maybe. Solo, you can go in and kill the boss 2.5 minutes or less. Bunny or Valby or any other character that you're really good at soloing him with. Or you can go in through teammates and do a 2-minute kill. Or you go run the 400% dungeons for the day. And guess how many you get? 20. So you would have to run 100 of those 400% dungeons. That's a grind. To do 100 dungeons to get one weapon core, that's pretty crazy. I'd rather do 35 boss kills to get another weapon core. So it's going to be a grind. You're definitely going to be able to max out your guns more, put more stuff on your weapons, make them more stronger. Obviously, while you're doing that, you're probably going to be leveling up your reactors and trying to get better pieces. I think we definitely should prep for the end game, prepping for 30 levels, prepping for 50. The only thing I'm worried about is that we grind so hard for this and then they change it. I really hope that they keep their foot on the gas. Right now, it's insane how much free loot you get in this game. Let people grind, let people work for it. If you level up all your weapons and you put cores on the weapons you like and you got them all maxed out, enjoy it. Hopefully this little tutorial on what to do through these dungeons, how to demonstrate how to do weapon cores and farming level 18 kind of helps you and your group get the job done. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.